Sam Adams gets labeled as dummies, Green Flash hires the enemy to run things, and Heineken just wants to rock. All these paired with a delicious beer, but more on that in a minute. I'm Sammy Sly, and this is the Chug!
You're watching BnL's Chug, the best source for beer stories that may or may not have pissed you off last week. These are the stories that got shuffled under the rug or have been covered to death on the internet by everyone else and needs their final send-off, Beer and Loathing style. We stir up that outrage one last time so you can get good and pissed off and move on to the new shit that'll piss you off this week.
First up, Boston Beer Company, aka Samuel Adams, forgot to submit a bunch of labels to the New York State Liquor Authority and as a result has to pay $975,000 in fines. The craft beer giant chalked it up as to a clerical error. And we talked with our corporate jargon expert, Chatty Cathy, to get a better idea of just what the fuck this actually means. Chatty, can you give us some insight into what Boston Beer meant by a clerical error in this case?
Oh yeah, this instance is pretty obvious and loosely translates to the only paperwork we will deal with is wiping our asses with $100 bills, Sam.
Okay, mystery solved. Next up, Green Flash hired the dude from Anheuser-Busch responsible for the past 10 years of mergers and acquisitions to be its new CEO. When asked why he left a high-paying job at the huge company, Homeslice said, "It was an extremely difficult decision," and went on to say, "More important than the compensation, it was really the people in the business that I left and that I love. But I feel like I can inject some stability into the business at a time of corporate upheaval." Chatty, can you shed some light on this corporatese?
Oh yes, Sam. This is a pretty clear-cut PR answer. Basically, he's saying Anheuser-Busch sucks big old rotting whale dick and he'd rather jump aboard a sinking ship that's plugging holes with sponges than work with a soul-sucking shithole of a company. Also, he secretly wants the genitals of everyone he said nice things about to slowly and painfully, spontaneously combust.
Fascinating. Last up, reports are swirling that Heineken is looking to add to its craft portfolio once again, this time by acquiring a minority stake in North London Beavertown Brewing. The name may sound familiar because it's owned by Led Zeppelin singer Robert Plant's son. In many of the reports, we saw the common mergers and acquisitions phrase that the brewery would, quote, continue to operate independently. Chatty, since we've heard this one so much in America the past decade or so, can you give us a concrete translation as to what this fuckery means?
Certainly, Sam. It's all misdirectional bullshit. This phrase in 99.9% of instances translates to, "We couldn't wait to jump into the giant corporation world any longer and sold just enough of our soul to be rich as fuck, but also not enough to be called a true corporate shill because even though 49% of a pizza looks like a shit ton like 50%, pizza experts know and agree you aren't truly a greedy, pizza-eating slob."
Not sure I follow that analogy, but I sure do love pizza. Thanks for all the translations today, Chatty. Wonderful insight from a talking head who's been doing this sort of thing for years and years. That's it for this week, so you know what that means. These stories paired best with some oaked ESB from Resolute Brewing Company in Centennial, Colorado. The zap of oak slaps you across the face like a brisk $1 million fine. The subtle malt flavors are much more pleasant than working for Anheuser-Busch. And the bright, bold color is much more genuine compared to the cookie-cutter PR statements following a brewery acquisition. And now we're using our new fucking mug from Boulevard that I won in a class tournament. This thing holds a whole crowler. I'm not looking forward to it. So we're going to see just how much of this bad boy I can actually put down. In that sense, thanks to everybody who was watching. Come back next week to find out what pissed you off this week. That's pretty good. The pain is real.